This is Lesson 5 of Google My Maps. In this lesson, you will learn how to use the Import button on a layer to bring in information to put on your Google My Map. This information can be gathered by you through the use of a Google form, or you can find data on the internet to bring into your map. In this lesson, I'm going to use the map I was using in the first lesson of this series. As you can see, I still have a few ski resorts marked on the map, some in California and a few in Colorado. I would like to add a new layer and put map markers for all U.S. airports. Obviously, I do not want to look them all up and put them on the map myself. I would like to find a table online that has all of the U.S. airports listed and use that table to fill in the data on this Google My Map. Google has an experimental search site for tables. This site is research.google.com/tables. I'm going to type this address into my browser window and search for U.S. airports. The first link includes Canadian airports, so I'm going to select the second link. As you can see, there are 413 rows and 7 columns of data. That means there will be 413 airports that will be imported to my map. I'm going to click Export Data and then click Export to Google Sheets and open this sheet so I can see the data I have just downloaded. At this point, you can change any of the data if needed. For example, I do not need the IATA, ICAO, or roll columns, so I will delete them. Going back to my Google My Map, I'm going to work with the new untitled layer. Just to make things clear, I will turn off the California, Colorado, and the driving direction layers. This does not remove any map markers or data, it just hides them from the current view. Next, I will click on Import, and the Choose a File to Import window appears. I can either upload a file from my computer, or I can search my Google Drive. Since I want to use the Google spreadsheet I just downloaded, I'm going to search for airports in my Google Drive. When I find the correct spreadsheet, I will click Select. You may need to enable pop-ups in your Google Chrome browser. To do this, click on the pop-up icon in the omnibar of the Chrome browser and select Always Allow Pop-ups from Google.com, and then click Done. You may get this pop-up window from Google asking if Google My Maps can have access to your Google Drive. You will need to allow this in order for My Maps to access your spreadsheet in your Google Drive. Next, you will see that Google has pulled all the columns from your spreadsheet. The first thing you need to do is choose the information from your spreadsheet to use in order to position your map markers. In my case, I'm going to select the city and FFA columns. If you create a Google form to do something similar, be sure to include location identifiers like city, state, and zip code. Click Continue to move on to the next step. Next, you will be asked what data you want to use as your map marker titles. This is the information people will see on your Google My Map at these markers. All of the information will be imported to your map, but only one column can be selected as the title. I will choose Airport and then click Finish. It may take some time, but soon you will have a map that looks like mine, with map markers for each of the U.S. airports. If you click on any one of the markers, you will see the rest of the data that was in your spreadsheet, including the name, city, FFA code, and number of emplacements. Like any map marker in Google My Maps, you can edit this information or add a picture or video. If you want to change the look of the map markers, you can do so with just a few clicks. On the map legend, click the bucket for all items. From here, you can change the marker for all the items at one time. I'm going to search through more icons to find the airplane icon under the transportation section and click OK. As you can see, all of my markers are now airplane icons. As a quick test, I can zoom into Southern California and click on a few of the map markers. Here is San Diego, Los Angeles, and Carlsbad. Congratulations! You now know how to import data from a Google spreadsheet to a Google My Map.